G'day everyone, it's Jason Haines here from QPL Rural here in Narrandera, and today I'm talking to Jeff Bourne from Rocket Seeder in Melbourne with an upcoming event with MLA. Thanks for joining us today, Jeff.
Thanks, Jason. Really appreciate the opportunity.
No problem. Tell me a little bit about Rocket Seeder, Jeff. Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, so Rocket Seeder is a program to help very early stage entrepreneurs in food and agriculture develop their business idea and try and get them started as fast as we possibly can. It's a 14-week program run from Monash University's Clayton campus, and we take in about 10 teams, a range of individual entrepreneurs and 2- and 3-person teams, and we help them to work on their business idea and over 14 weeks get them ready to potentially raise capital, get distribution deals with distributors and retailers, and potentially make connections with other companies that can help them accelerate their business and get them started as fast as we can.
Yeah, it sounds great, Jeff. And this is something MLA is putting funding into or doing some partnering with you in?
Yes, that's right. So we have a range of sponsors who support us. We have the Victorian government supporting us through Launch Vic. We have Monash University sponsoring us and providing us with some facilities. And more recently, we've signed a partnership agreement with Meat and Livestock Australia Donor Company to run a whole series of workshops this year around generating new ideas and working on those ideas and getting them ready to potentially go into our accelerator program in the second half of the year.
Yeah, that sounds good. Now, Jeff, tell me a little bit about the program. Like, you're expecting people to jump on board if they've already got an idea that they'd like to take to the next level, or is this sort of start of the process where they'd like to be involved in that space but don't quite have the edge, and this is going to help them develop a product or develop a strategy into the future?
Yeah, that's a good question, Jason. There's two main approaches that we're supporting. I'll talk about the second stage first. We ran our first program in the second half of 2017, what we call Spring Crop 17, and we had 11 startups come into that program. Some of those startups were businesses that really were at the idea stage, though the entrepreneurs had done some market research, spoken to some customers, ran some surveys, potentially had some intellectual property that they had identified or developed, or potentially a trade secret. And they were coming into the program at a very early stage. But what they had was quite an interesting concept, potential to scale quickly if we could get them the right level of support, and the opportunity potentially to go into export markets. And then we had another group of entrepreneurs who had been working for some time, usually between 12 and 18 months. They actually had a product or service that they'd had already developed. Customers were paying them for that product or service, and they had found themselves growing incredibly rapidly, and they didn't really expect it to go so fast. And so they were coming into the program to essentially deconstruct the business as it currently was, look at ways to improve certain aspects of what they were doing, reconfirm some of their strategic thinking, and then really get prepared to get the support to take them to the next stage. So that's the accelerator program. So we help people at the very early stage and people who have found themselves in business and growing rapidly unexpectedly. So that's really the nature of the 14-week accelerator program. What we've found, though, is a lot of people that come to us have very, very shallow ideas around a new business concept. And so what we would like to do, and this is where MLA donor companies come in, is we'd like to actually work with people who want to get involved in innovation and entrepreneurship, develop ideas and turn them into businesses, but actually work with them at a very, very early stage and help them really find deep, pressing, and quite useful opportunities to pursue, and then help them develop their idea, help them find a potential solution, and help them find a market that's worth going after before they consider going into the accelerator program, before they consider, can I make this into a large business? And that way we can make sure that we're getting problems that are worth solving, solutions that actually resonate with customers, and then we'll look at, okay, how could you commercialize this and run it through an accelerator program in order to help them do that?
Yeah. Jeff, and so the one for our business that we've sort of piggybacked on the back of is the success of Tony Barton and with her lamb bacon. We do a fair bit of work in the Aussie white market. That's, I assume, a good example of the type of project that you're looking for.
Yes, that's right. So Tony Barton is a producer, lamb producer. She has Australian whites. That's the flock, that's the breed that she's building out. She was selling fresh lamb at farmers markets and through a range of other distributors. She was receiving back from the processor lamb bellies that she was being told not high value product, and she had previously had a corporate marketing background, and so she was interested in trying to understand, well, how could I value add to this and turn it into something that I could potentially sell for a good price? And so she started to do some research, experiment a little bit with different types of value adding to the lamb bellies, and eventually developed essentially a lamb bacon product, which started to sell like wildfire at the farmers market. She was selling out rapidly, and people were approaching her and trying to convince her to distribute the product through mainstream retailers. And so, I mean, there's a perfect example of somebody who had developed a product that was quite interesting and unique, had very quickly found themselves growing rapidly, and really needed some external business coaching and support, which is what Rocket Seeder provides to help her grow her business in a more manageable way.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Jeff. Now, tell me, you're not just looking at producers coming to these events. Tell me, where can this innovation come from that you're looking for? Is it food science? Is it just producers? Tell me who you're looking for.
Yeah, so with the idea generation sessions, what we call design sprints that we're doing in partnership with MLA Donor Company, we're interested in specifically red meat food innovation. However, that innovation can happen at all stages of the value chain. So we would love to see producers, processors, anybody who's involved in packaging, transport, anybody who actually value adds to the product along the way, looking at people, say chefs and butchers, so at both ends of the value chain. And I think the interesting part about this is it could be an equipment manufacturer, it could be somebody who's involved with hardware and software that perhaps is used in tracking and traceability, or it could be some sort of sustainable packaging, or it could be some sort of waste processing or waste management system or whatever. So there's a whole range of different areas that we're really interested in seeing where these ideas come from, and then helping to develop those ideas with the innovator or entrepreneur, and try and get these new ideas to market as quickly as possible.
Isn't it certainly a brand new, exciting world in business and product development? Markets are changing. The way we market's changing. The internet's just made the local farm or the local producer global now. So it's a fantastic area and a great opportunity for people of all stages of the production level to get in there and make their space or make their place in the industry.
Oh, definitely. I think that with the ability to reach new parts of the supply chain quickly, to be able to exchange information, to be able to market your product, develop your product, test your product, and get your product to market both domestically and internationally today is unprecedented. And I keep reminding the entrepreneurs that come through the Rocket Seeder programs that Australia is only 2% of the global market. So there's another 98% of the opportunity is outside of our borders. And those markets are hungry for innovative new product, clean, green, traceable product. And then there's everything that supports getting that product there along the value chain where that innovation can also occur. So, there's plenty of opportunities to innovate, and I think that people just need a little bit of support and direction in order to help them innovate in a way that can get them to market quickly and with a product or service that people really want.
Yeah. So how do people get on board?
So we're running a series of design sprints in Warragul, Melbourne and Ballarat in mid-April. It's a one-day workshop running from roughly 9 till 5, although, there'll be plenty of time to sort of, get into the day and enjoy the day. The best way to sign up is go to the Rocket Seeder website, www.rocketseeder.com, and follow the links to the design sprints and choose which day and which town you want to go to, and hopefully sign up and we'll see you there.
Sounds absolutely fantastic. And look, it's great to see that there's networks and support out there and makes opportunities, makes entrepreneurs and gives them the ability to go out and grow their product. So it's great to see businesses like yours getting in, supporting that, and growing the next generation of producers and the next generation of our industry.
Yeah, look, we're really proud to support regional innovators and entrepreneurs. Our first program, we had one team coming from Warragul, another coming from Lancefield in central Victoria, another one coming from Kerrang up on the border of the Murray. And in this current program that we're running, we've got people coming from Lakes Entrance and another one from Warragul and another couple from central Victoria. So, we're very proud to be helping develop the next big thing from all round regional Victoria.
Yeah, no, it's great. We might even send a few from over the border, get in and invade those southern meetings, and try and spread the word up here as well.
We're always happy to have people from New South Wales come and join us, and then hopefully, either later this year or early next year, we'll actually be based in New South Wales, and we can deliver the program there as well.
Sounds great. Righto, Jeff. Well, thank you very much for your time. As we said before, go to the website, rocketseeder.com, register your interest. If you've got an idea that you'd like to promote in the red meat industry, and as it sounds, it doesn't matter what level you're at, whether you're a producer or a manufacturer or a butcher, indeed, there's opportunities out there and support to develop your product and your entrepreneurial business model, promote it forward and grow it statewide, nationally, and even globally. There's plenty of opportunity and plenty of support out there. So once again, Jeff, thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to a great event.
Thanks very much, Jason. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you today.
No problem. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Jeff.